I remember the conversation well. Molly, just take some time, get to know people, build some relationships, and try to understand how they connect with each other. I didn't understand what my supervisor was saying to me. In social work, we found a problem and we tried to fix it. But I felt like the last 6 months of going to meetings, connecting with people was not producing tangible results. I didn't even know what the problems were, let alone how to fix them. I didn't understand at that time that creating healthy communities wasn't about solving problems. 14 years and 12 communities later, I was driving into Hannah for the first meeting after they had been selected to participate in the Alberta Healthy Communities Initiative. It was a small, relatively isolated community, but I was told that because of its location, it was a hub of activity for the surrounding area. They had many great assets: schools, recreation center, hospital, library, parks and playgrounds, and a wealth of service organizations. I was excited that they had so many assets for us to work with, but more importantly, the community leads were very enthusiastic. Over the next 9 months, we worked to understand the community better. I learned that the loss of the coal mine nearby had been a big economic blow to the community and led to loss of belonging. We decided as a network that we would focus on creating a sense of community belonging by using physical activity opportunities. Then in March, the world stopped. Overnight, all the wonderful assets we had planned on using were no longer available to us. After a year of meeting face-to-face, we had to meet virtually, and with all the uncertainty, we decided to take a break for a couple of months. In September, we regrouped. I was nervous going into that meeting. I wondered if we could do anything virtually. And without the great facility assets in Hannah and the additional economic upheaval of the pandemic, after we caught up and reviewed all the work we had done, I asked them, do you think that the priorities we identified before our break are the same? And if so, what can we do? Everyone said a resounding yes. The priorities were the same. The pandemic had made them even more important than ever. But we had to literally think outside the box, outside of the community assets that we had identified. We had only one asset left: relationships. We began to meet every 2 weeks. As soon as they had some ideas, they began to generate more. And at every meeting, I was amazed to see how each person had their own network of relationships and began to pull these people into the planning. I had seen this so many times before in the past 14 years, but it was so satisfying for me to watch over these few months as the whole town of Hannah began to see that relationships are their greatest asset. By December, there was a walking path in town that was lined with lights so families could take an evening walk together and connect with other people. As the snow piled up, the town created 2 snow hills for tobogganing, and most evenings they echoed with the shouts of kids and laughter of parents. In January, a small lake 2 kilometers outside of the town was cleared and flooded for skating. A Croquet Curl ice surface was built with the support of local businesses in an unused town parking lot, and a cross-country ski trail was groomed around the town. Through a dark pandemic winter, people were connecting and being active, using only a few $100s and relationships. Creating healthy communities is not about finding and fixing problems. It is about helping people connect and recognize the assets they already have, and then watching what they can create together.